Alright, what's good everybody? It's your boy Bobby W223 here. See you got some gameplay of Resistance Fallen Man. Just went back to play these games because I guess Sony's shutting down the online servers for all three games, so you might see gameplay from all three, but we'll see how long this review is, and yeah, gameplay's probably going to be pretty bad. I haven't played this game in some years, but oh, first kill, first death. Yeah, so Captain America. Winter Soldier came out Friday. Went and saw it with my homegirl. Amazing, amazing movie. It was. I will actually say it was better than what I anticipated, which is pretty crazy because I was really hyped for this movie, and it still exceeded my expectations overall. Enjoyed the whole film. It had great pacing, great action, little comedy, but more on the serious side, which I expected because it's Captain America's a serious character. I guess, I mean, I'll probably go into spoilers in this video. I'll probably put spoiler alert down, but overall, it was great. I know a lot of people, you know, the big question is, well, which is better, Captain America, Winter Soldier, or the Avengers? My opinion, I like the Avengers more, but I kind of like that more over-the-top style and things like that, which this movie definitely did have its over-the-top moments. Definitely did, especially within the first 5 to 10 minutes. You get kind of this stealth mission, which you might have seen previews of on YouTube and things like that, where they gotta go into this boat or whatever. It's Captain America, rest of Shield, you know, Black Widow and the gang, everything like that. And Captain America is messing fools up throughout the action scenes. If you thought that he didn't have that great of action scenes in the first Captain America movie or the Avengers, which in my opinion he did, but if you feel he didn't, I guarantee that this time you will think that he definitely has some great action scenes, great hand-to-hand combat. He definitely was using that shield a lot. It was a lot of badass stuff that he was doing with that shield, from taking out carriers and just really using that shield as kind of an all-around tool. This time it was really awesome. I guess something that kind of annoyed me, which this was, I guess, kind of more so my fault, not the movie's fault necessarily, was majority of, I say, about the first half, or maybe a little under the first half of the movie. I kind of knew what was happening and when it was gonna happen, for the fact that I've seen all the previews online. So every time a new scene came up, I kind of knew where they were going. But the whole second half, I pretty much didn't know what was going to happen. I'm not going to lie, Captain America's not my favorite superhero or anything like that. I haven't really read any of the comic books, but I did know who the Winter Soldier is and things like that. But the whole thing with Hydra and how they were infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. over the decades, I actually, that shocked me, and I thought that was pretty cool how Hydra was still kind of the main enemy, since that's, you know, mainly who Captain America fights, and that's, you know, it's his movie. So that was dope. Middle of the movie more so was kind of about, you know, the story and kind of getting the characters developed and stuff like that, which I gotta say, in this movie, all the characters were great. Nobody was really like that much of a throwaway character for the most part. You know, Black Widow, Falcon, Captain America, you know, Nick Fury, everybody had great moments, great action moments, you know, great lines, everything like that. And I really loved Captain America's character in this way more than the Avengers and the first Captain America. You know, I love how he, you know, even though he was with Shield, he still kind of, you know, had his own mind and his own, you know, morals, because he's from the 40s, so he just has the quote unquote old school frame of mind. Whereas, you know, Nick Fury's telling him to go on these missions and do this, that, and the other, and he's kind of like, wait a minute, this isn't really freedom, you know, like, this isn't how it's done. And Captain or Nick Fury's trying to tell him, like, look, this is just how it is nowadays. You know, sometimes you gotta just put a gun up to people and you know, tell them like it is. You know, and Nick Fury's telling him how he doesn't, you know, really trust anybody nowadays, all this type of stuff. And it's really kind of cool seeing those two go back and forth, everything like that. You know, Black Widow was great. She was funny. She had great action scenes. Falcon, especially towards the end with Falcon, great action scenes. I love the chemistry between him and Captain America. It was kind of great to see him relate with somebody that that obviously isn't from his time, but the fact that they're both soldiers and things like that, he could kind of talk to him about things that that they both understand that maybe other people just won't be because they're not U.S. soldiers and things like that. So he kind of found a friend in him and all that stuff. Great, yeah, great movie overall. I'm kind of bouncing around throughout the movie, but a lot of Easter eggs in this movie. I missed the one. Apparently, there's an Easter egg about what's the name, Doctor Strange, I guess, which I missed that. But lots of Easter eggs and kind of hints to from the other characters and things like that, which is great. It was cool seeing characters kind of return from the first Captain America movie, like the one German scientist, I forget his name, but it was the dude that was with the Red Skull for the first Captain America movie. He was technically dead, but what they did, which is kind of it's a comic book movie, so I understand, but they put his brain into a USB so his mind could live on after his body died and things like that. And then he pretty much explained to Captain America how Hydra lived on throughout the decades after he was frozen, and they slowly infiltrated Shield and basically used them to establish their quote unquote new world order, which I actually believe he actually used those words, and things like that. So kind of set up the whole thing with what Hydra's trying to do and everything like that. That was great. The secretary, I can't remember his name either. The secretary for Shield, find out that he's kind of like a double agent for Hydra and a lot of the other characters that are in Shield. That all the other characters find out that they can't really trust anybody, and Nick Fury tells Captain America don't trust anybody because they don't know who's with Hydra and who's with Shield. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic to see the loyal, I guess, Shield characters fighting against Hydra and different things like that. And then just the action scenes with Captain America and everything like that, awesome. It was nice too to see him and once again, forgive me, I can't remember people's names, but the character, the female in the first Captain America, was pretty much gonna be his girlfriend in the first Captain America movie and things like that. I'm just like not even paying attention to the game, but he actually gets to see her again. She was pretty much on her deathbed in the hospital. She's like 95 years old or whatever. And then they're talking, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so happy, get to see you again. I thought you were gone." And she's crying and everything like that, and you could tell she's pretty much on her last leg. But that was a nice moment. And then there were some other moments with Captain America. He goes to a museum and watches videos from her and a lot of the other characters, and they're giving interviews talking about what happened after Captain went missing, which is when he got frozen. And it's a lot of stuff like that, and you really kind of get that sense of he really is a man out of time, and he's trying to catch up with the way the world is now with the internet and just music, all the things that he missed over the 70 some odd years that he was gone. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, overall, I'd say it's not my favorite out of the Marvel movies, but it's definitely up there. Avengers, first Captain America movie, those movies I'd say are better. On par with Thor 2. I'd say it's about on par with that. The last fight scene did remind me a lot of the Avengers, and the not the last fight scene in the Avengers, but that I guess first kind of initial action scene or whatever when Hulk first hulks out and things like that, and you have all the characters in different areas, fighting and doing different things. You had Captain America and Iron Man outside the helicarrier trying to fix it, and Thor was fighting Hulk, all that stuff was going on. You kind of get that same craziness at the end of Captain America when the final climactic battle or whatever, and that was great seeing the Winter Soldier, which I'll get into, Captain America fighting him, and the Falcon, he's flying around and lighting fools up. That was amazing. Seeing Black Widow, which was pretty funny, there's a scene where she disguises herself as one of the head Shield people, the old lady, and she's whipping everybody's ass, and then she removes her mask or whatever, and she's trying to kill the secretary who's a part of Hydra and things like that. That was great. The scenes with Nick Fury were awesome. There was a great car scene which you see some in the preview, but that whole scene was awesome, and the whole dynamic with people thought he was dead and then he wasn't dead and everything like that. That was great. The Winter Soldier, awesome. I love the whole the metal arm and just all the badass fight scenes between him and Captain America was awesome. The only nitpick really in the whole movie was just the fight scenes where Captain America would throw a shield at somebody and then the enemy would catch it and then they would just throw it back to him. I'm like, what? Like, if that was me, I would just keep that. I'm like, everybody knows how strong this shield is. Why would you just throw it back to Captain America and have him use it? I'd be like, nah, I'm holding on to this thing as long as I can. Especially when they're doing hand-to-hand combat. Like, why wouldn't you hold on to that? But other than that, great movie. Story was good. Had the whole dynamic of like who should you trust, and the twist with the different characters of whose side who's on, everything like that. Winter Soldier was great. Seeing Bucky, his best friend Bucky and things like that. Winter Soldier, Falcon was great. He was funny. Great action scenes. Black Widow was great. Nick Fury, Captain America, of course, the whole movie was awesome. 10 out of 10. The previews at the end, I actually didn't stick around for the second preview, but I did watch the first one where they showed Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, which that's going to be interesting because they're also in the new X-Men Future Past movie, but it's like a different take on them, I guess, because it's Fox and everything like that. But that's going to be interesting to see for Avengers 2. And then I guess the other preview was showing Bucky or Winter Soldier, whatever you want to call him. He's looking at his grave, and I guess he's all pissed off because he's found out the truth about himself because they basically brainwashed him. I think it was like a few months to a year after Captain America got frozen, and the one scientist guy, like I said, when he had his mind was uploaded to the USB, and he's explaining to him what happened to his friend Bucky and things like that, and they basically did experiments on him too. So he's about the strongest Captain America and everything like that, but they wiped his mind, so he didn't know who he was and didn't really know about Captain America until towards the end he started to kind of come to. So that's going to be great for the next movie and kind of where they go with that for Captain America 3 or Avengers 2 and whatnot. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Great pacing, great action, great characters. Not really too much to nitpick about, but definitely go see it. And check out our website, bcactionmr.com, for other reviews and up and coming movies like TMNT and X-Men and all that good stuff. And yeah, it's your boy Bobby W223, and peace.